But yeah, kind of going back to the social media element, it's a bigger topic that people talk about of having kids, not having kids, and having kids element of it. Just the realities of it have got to the point that, yeah, they're reducing the stigma, which is great. But at the same time, sometimes I think ignorance is bliss when it comes to it. And I think that I'm being told this, I'm getting this kind of sent to me, God knows why, because of my age, maybe, just because of my profile, I'm female, certain age. I bet Chris doesn't get these things. Like, he doesn't know. And I just do think, and it's like, well, no, it's just, it is now perceived motherhood, or at least the first couple of years, it's just such an uphill battle and a lonely existence where I feel like there's not enough support for women that are, well, social introverts that want to have careers, who are drained with certain things, and there's so much judgment out there. And even just the sketches that are supposed to be funny on either way, they talk about, you know, I've read some of the comments about what some people say, and again, they're going back to people saying, well, it was your choice to have kids. And I don't agree with that. It's not good. Like, okay, yeah, it was your choice, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't support them. I mean, if we just supported everyone,
that's so true,
then it would be better for everyone, and we wouldn't have resentful people. And I was mentioning to Maggie before that, you know, I remember it was in a survey that they'd done, or I don't know how they found out. I don't know how they found this out, but the people who are more likely to be internet trolls are actually middle-aged mothers of two. I don't know that I actually looked it up again. It was mothers of two, and do you know what? And
except you're not middle-aged. I know. Just wait, guys. Couple years.
And it doesn't surprise me though, because a lot of them will be so resentful, maybe because they've decided to have kids for the wrong reasons, and they've romanticized the idea of having kids, which again I think is wrong in itself. But there's also the element of that they are not getting supported to do certain things, or they're not getting supported in the workplace, so they're becoming resentful, and then it goes back to this whole them and us thing. So I can't be happily saying, okay, I'm child free, I'm not going to have kids. It's not that I hate kids, it's not that I hate parenthood or motherhood, and it's not that I want everyone else to be like me and not have kids, because we need people to have kids, but it would be a good thing. And I like having kids around. I like hearing the funny stories. I like watching the videos of the kids doing funny things. Like, it's great. It's one of the things I like watching, because kids are hilarious. I love them. But there is just, I think as society, we need to be better in just letting people have the choices. But equally, people who choose to have kids, they should be allowed to find a way to vent. They should be allowed to get the support that they need, without us always going back and saying, because I feel like me as child free, I'm probably getting tarnished with, oh, you're going to be, like, people, I think mothers can sometimes get defensive with me. And I've had this from people that are close to me about, oh, you'll never understand because you don't have kids. Like, again, because I haven't pushed the kid out, I can't have an opinion on stuff. And again, I think I can be so quite insightful for stuff. Yeah. And it's them and us. And social media doesn't help. It creates a vacuum chamber. It polarizes everyone's views. So I think people who choose to be child free are very polarized in that direction, and basically start to kind of snip at people who've got kids. And I actually watched it. It must have been because I was Googling this stuff before coming on, and there was a sketch where someone had played the mum and the child free person, and the child free person was like, well, I don't have kids. And like, again, just just saying it out with no one asking, like, oh yeah, it's great, they're not for everyone. It's like, well, I like my sleep and I got lots of money. And then I was reading the comments and just kind of looking through it and just seeing everyone like just getting each other, like people who are parents and people who are kids, and be like just blaming each other, like this whole blame culture, be like, no, that's incorrect, or no, this is what happens. You know, people who've not got kids get judged, or parents get judged by people who have kids. Like, it's just not fair. It's just like this whole again polarizing of people just having these views rather than just people being able to make the decision of what is right for them. And I think when people finally find out, when I say to them, the reason I don't want to have kids is not necessarily because I don't like them, it's I just won't cope. It's not something that I think I can cope. And I think I would have to give up too much of me to be able to be the parent that I want to be.
And some people can't recover as well. That's why you get like people who have, not like why or anything like that. Obviously there's other reasons, but you could say that people who have children for like the wrong reasons, or have them in the time in that time of their life for the wrong reasons, and they actually like have it like, oh, I'm lonely, so I'm gonna have a kid, which is like, not gonna lie, like I kind of think that's what my mom did. Like, yeah, she literally just wanted kids. Like, yeah, she didn't care about like who they came from. Like, she was just like, you look good, you make good baby, come make a baby with me and then fuck off. Like, yeah.
That song, what's that song? All She Wants Is a Baby.
Yeah, like that was my mom. She'll like openly say it. She was just like, I just wanted kids. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, yeah, and here I am. I was like,
I'm glad she decided to do that.
I was her golden child, only because my hair. Like, that was it. Was like, everything else is like bad. Like, I left when I was 16. Like, I worked like as like I remember getting off topic, but I remember being like, because we didn't have money either, and I was like a little kid, and my mom bought me this bracelet making kit and it like keychain kit, and I was literally 7 or 8, maybe like around that age, and I started selling them on the school bus and taking orders at school. Yeah, because I was just like, my mom doesn't have money to give me and I want money, so I was like, I'll just make and sell my own stuff. And that's how I like went to the skate station every weekend, was like
with
like
your business money,
selling people like fish like beaded keychains and stuff.
That's why you're so good at it now.
Yeah.
She bought this like kit and she was like, Maggie, I got you this kit, I'm so excited. We're making bracelets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so if you like having children, whenever you're not realizing you're in the mental kind of state to be able to handle them, could like unintentionally make you go and have postpartum depression, which is like so like not only for you and your mentality and the kind of guilt you'll carry forever, because you don't get rid of mom guilt you carry forever. Like, even if you let it go and the kid even says like it's fine, you still carry it. So it's like, not only that, it's so bad for the child, because that first year of their life is so important for bonding and creating a strong like attachment kind of like area, I know, attachment style.
Yeah.
And if you don't form that, it's like so difficult to really like change that as they get older, because you basically develop negative coping mechanisms. Even when you're a child, you develop negative coping mechanisms, which can carry you all the way into your childhood, like, and not into your childhood, your adulthood. And so it's like having a child because you're depressed and you think it's going to fix you, or having a child because it's going to fix your relationship, and all these different reasons is just so selfish. Like, it's so selfish. It's like, you could wait until, like, you know what I mean? And again, in a sense, like, when I found out I was pregnant, I was like really young and like not like, just like in a different like headspace and anything, but it helped me find my purpose, like, in a way. And I do believe that it can do that for a lot of people. Like, it can set you on that track, because I couldn't be depressed because I had a child to look after. And so it gave me, I wasn't willing to look after myself and try for myself. So it like gave me that kind of drive, be like, you need to get better for them, which isn't the best thing ever, but like like obviously it's worked out like great, because I'm super happy, like my kids are really happy and like great. But I know that it's definitely not a good reason to like decide I'm gonna have kids because I like it might fix this, like, or something. It's so selfish. And I actually know people who have done that, and it's like ended so badly, in the sense like in both areas, for the parent and the child. And it's just really sad to watch it unfold.
Well, I mean, going back to that, I remember covering this at uni, and childhood and attachment styles, and know all about this. And I've noticed that in working in schools, and you can tell it does impact the child massively. I mean, I could tell without even meeting the parents and just maybe being with the child for a couple of sessions, what their attachment style was, or what their relationship was like with their parents. Was maybe having an absent parent was a major red flag in terms of the way they responded. Or the other one, which is a major one, and I think this is actually one reason why a lot of people have kids, that you see about the loneliness aspect, and especially when they get older and they the parents end up trying to be best friends with the child. And this actually happens more often than not. And it actually happens more often than not in middle class parents, I find, or middle class families. And you'll find that they'll try and be best friends with their child if they've maybe got, the mum's maybe got a daughter, and they'll grow up and they'll have no boundaries with them, or very loose boundaries. And it can come up in behavioural issues. It can come up like with them refusing school, them. And do you know what I find I've always found really funny, not funny, sad, and it's really bad that we do this, is that we always fixate on the child in terms of they've got the issue, and it's not them. It's like, you could just, and people must know, professionals must know, they must go and think, right, no, we know why that kid's like that. It's the parents. The parents have issues that they need to sort out. And if they were just to get the support and the help, then it would maybe actually sort out and fix the issues much. Because there's, I remember one vividly that we worked with, and they refused school. The only time they came in is they had meetings with the parent. And the parent, I honestly think, just liked the attention.
Yeah.
And
oh, damn.
They had a really bad relationship in their life. And this was their way of having people around them and flustering over them and being there to kind of to try, it's poor you, this that your child's not going to school, this, it's not you, and it's just crazy. Like, and you could see it, and I just think it's the mum that needs the support. It's the mum. If we invested all of the energy that we're putting in this child into the mum to help her and support her, we'd find. Because I always remember there's times I would sit and there was a table like this, and there'd be like maybe about up to 10 professionals around there, and I'm just thinking, counting everyone's salary and just thinking the amount of money sitting in this room and we're doing nothing. I think that's one reason why I kind of wanted to move out of my role, because I just think that I wasn't in a stage that I wasn't helping anyone. I'm a big picture person,